Fans are filling this. The Spurs will be going up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. For the Cavaliers, they lost their first against them in the regular season, looking to finish with a split. Can we talk about Kawhi Leonard, fellas? One of the main pillars for his team. Obviously, build the team around.
Well, he isn't flashy, but he's starting to put up elite numbers for sure.
Not that I'm a defense player, but I play with a lot of defense players. His defense is what pushes him to that superstar tier. This goes to his prime yet, Kenny.
Thanks for joining us as we go courtside now with Kevin Harlan for the call.
The Spurs play before the hometown crowd here live in San Antonio, Texas. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony. We'll be catching up in a bit from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. So for the Cavaliers, their last game, a loss to the Wizards.
Yeah, they just caught a team, Kevin, that was in a zone, and they didn't have the manpower defensively to disrupt them.
You know, I thought at some point they might do an about-face with their defensive strategy, perhaps throw a different wrinkle at an offense that was killing them, but they never did it.
And let's go straight over to David Aldridge for a report before the tip-off. Hey, Dave.
Well, the development of Kawhi Leonard and the addition of LaMarcus Aldridge have energized the vets on this team and extended the Spurs window. Tony Parker said, it definitely helps that Kawhi and LaMarcus are here and playing great. It makes me want to be here to help all the young guys. It's such a great family and such a great atmosphere that it makes you want to stay. Kevin?
Thanks, D.A. The players who are part of that organization seem to want to stay in San Antonio. A lot of veteran leadership on these two teams. A lot of guys who have seen a lot of baskets. Doris, they bring a wealth of experience in so many ways.
And Kevin, as a coach, what's more comforting than to know you have a group of guys that know how to play, that aren't going to crack under pressure, that when the game is under duress and you're down to a possession ball game, they're going to have a calm demeanor, just like you, Kevin.
Well, thank you, Doris. But extensions of the coach on the floor.
Well, you've got to be able to think like a coach, and certainly, you know, any time that groups have been together, there's this collective experience that helps them win.
Here's the starting group for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Love and Thompson, the hard rebounding post pair. Shumpert and LeBron are out on the perimeter. And it's Irving at the point guard position. Parker with it. He kicks to Dedmon. And Leonard has it in the corner. Spurs passing it around. Stolen by Thompson. Right side Shumpert. Back to Irving. There's the triple. San Antonio with the rebound. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
You know, they played well enough to win, but to be honest with you, I just felt like their opponent's defensive performance was shaky at best.
Well, it's no doubt. It's so much easier to run your offense if the defense is not trying to take away any of your options.
Here's Irving following the score by Tony Parker. Love with the screen for Shumpert. The pass to LeBron. That shot misses. Empty that time from Leonard. Green against Shumpert. Parker kicks to Dedmon. And the wide open shot from Green. Off target from three-point range.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Here's Love. That one drops for him.
Well, you could say it's the best aspect of his game. Love doing work on the glass. Now, you think about Kevin Love deciding that he would return to Cleveland, a shiny new 5-year, $110 million contract. He had to sit with LeBron first and discuss how he could perhaps do more to help the team win. Let's remember, this was a big-time guy in Minnesota.
And it's Parker in the corner. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Parker's got 5 now.
And as soon as Parker catches the ball, he immediately rises up and pulls the trigger. Love to see the confidence on display there.
Here's Irving 23 points for him the last game against Washington.
I thought his physicality was crucial, too. You know, he kept the defense on their toes and repeatedly got to the free throw line. Boy, what a nice carom there, guys. He can really use that size and length to his advantage.
Parker outside. Kicks to Leonard. A three. No good on that one. So Cleveland will take it the other way. Last time they met in Cleveland.
And turnovers were the story for them when they saw each other last. I mean, just a heartbreaking way to lose the game.
Here's Parker following the basket by LeBron James. Parker kicks to Leonard. 17-foot shot on the way. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Leonard's got his first points of the night. For Cleveland, they've gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Outside Irving. Parker with the steal. Hit the floater, and so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
The Spurs shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
At the line for two.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. And the Cavs are clearly an elite offensive team. Defensively, they've been a little more vulnerable. Doris, how do they make strides, you think, at that end of the floor?
Well, Kevin, part of it is simply focus and the will to improve. Players like Kyrie Irving and Tristan Thompson are great athletes, and they can improve on that end. I think they've needed another wing stopper who can space the floor as well.
And that drops, so they now lead by one. And the Spurs organization, really the gold standard in the NBA. Greg, they just keep winning.
You have to be impressed with how they've acquired young star talent to kind of carry on that tradition. Usually when teams have their stars retire, they go through that rebuild phase. The Spurs only revamp and reload.
Now here is Aldridge following the miss by Kevin Love. Leonard the pass to Parker. Off target with his three. Cleveland's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Irving kicks to LeBron from 12 feet out. It's hauled in by Tony Parker. LeBron's gone 1 of 3 on the night. Aldridge with a screen on Irving. Parker dishes to Aldridge. The shot. Offensive rebound. And they convert it last on attempt number 3.
This guy is getting after it on the offensive glass. Nice job to cash in on the second chance points.
Shumpert passes to Love. Back to Shumpert. Got a piece of it, and they get it back.
Thompson knows he needs to keep working on that free throw shot. It definitely needs improvement.
Tristan Thompson, one of the premier offensive rebounders in the game. Second overall, in fact, in offensive rebounds last year.
Look, Kevin, this is a guy who makes his living around the rim. He runs rim to rim, terrific on the pick and roll. He's a smart cutter, does a good job lurking on the baseline for drop-offs or second chance points.
He's good on the second. And Tristan Thompson has improved his scoring efficiency, Doris, every season in the NBA.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Kevin, this is not a go-to scorer, more of a garbage buckets type player, but he's learning how to be effective. And he's also improving as a decision maker. Last season, his best ever assist-to-turnover ratio.
Good pick, but he just couldn't make it count.
That's the frustrating thing. You work so hard to get the open shot, and then you can't make it.
Now, here is Irving. Looking for his first basket still in this one. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. Both these these teams have something to play for, Doris.
Well, there's not a question about it. There's playoff seeding at stake. Each of these teams is plenty motivated for this game.
For Cleveland, they have gone 2 for 3 at the foul line in this one. That free throw, no good.
I think everyone knows Cleveland is the team to beat in the East. They steamrolled through the Eastern Conference a year ago. And I think as long as their roster stays pretty much intact, they've got to continue to exert that dominance.
And the second free throw, good. And this Cavs team, a veteran-laden group, Doris, no question about that. They're great, but do they have a way to get even better?
Well, it's interesting because their core players are either at their peak or perhaps on the downswing, and they probably need to luck out in the draft or free agency to move the needle from here.
This is to LeBron. Cleveland moving the ball around. Irving kicks to Shumpert. Fires for 3. The shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
Boy, and Shumpert looking very comfortable, knocking down shots from beyond the arc, just like he did there.
Here's Leonard. Second chance effort, and the layup is good.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Leonard against LeBron. Irving a screen on Leonard. LeBron dishes to Irving. There's the 3. Another miss by Irving.
At some point, he has to stop shooting. How is this helping him?
And here is Parker. He's got 5. Back to Leonard. Down to 5 on the shot clock. A solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet. Leonard's got his second basket of the game.
Listen, it's hard to defend this guy effectively no matter who you are. He is that skilled.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers.
Well, going into the 2011 draft, the Spurs said it was a tough decision to trade away George Hill in exchange for the pick that became Kawhi Leonard. No remorse on that one now, though. Once again, the Spurs struck gold as Kawhi has developed into a true superstar.
Spurs making a switch here. Gasol's checked in. J.R. Smith's checked in for the Cavaliers. So it's the Cavaliers now, trailing by 2. And with Kawhi Leonard, who is the high school Mr. California basketball. Interesting to look, Greg, at all the things he's done. Looking back and realize he was only lightly recruited coming out of high school.
Yeah, and he committed early to San Diego State and stuck with them once the bigger schools came calling. The ankles were an issue. I think that might have caused his draft stock to fall a bit in 2011. Only ended up going 15th in that draft, but in hindsight, probably the best player from that class.
Now, here's Aldridge after LeBron James's miss. There's a good screen. Off the screen. Great D that time from Irving.
Who knows what happened there, but I'm sure the defense is aware they dodged a bullet.
Here's Smith. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist.
How good is King James at spreading the floor, involving everyone on the offensive end?
Aldridge a screen. Parker kicks to Aldridge. Outside Leonard. Passes it to Gasol. 5 to shoot. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
That possession didn't exactly go according to plan, but they'll be happy with the way it worked out.
Irving kicks to James. And the shot is long.
He's been somewhat off this quarter, but the desire to score is evident.
Here's Green. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. And now a 4-point Spurs lead.
Yeah, and that's what you want from your point guard. Parker distributing the ball wonderfully on that possession.
Irving passes to James. Pass to Love. Off target from outside. San Antonio leading by 4. Leonard from 13. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. Thompson's got 4 rebounds in this game. Outside Irving. Love the pass to LeBron. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good.
Boy, when James is operating on the block like there, it's a thing of beauty. How far has his interior game come since he entered the league?
This all setting the pick for Leonard. Takes the 3. Thompson with the rebound. Thompson's got his 5th rebound in this one. To the paint, here's Love. San Antonio with the rebound. Parker outside. And Green with the basket on the assist by Parker. Parker's got 3 assists now in this one. The Cavaliers trail by 4. Outside Irving. To the middle. He's looking for LeBron and finds it. Shoots from the right block. That one off the back iron and out.
I'll tell you, they're fighting the good fight, but he's not helping a difficult situation by missing this way.
Aldridge dishes to Gasol. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It's going to go on Tristan Thompson.
And Gasol is a guy who can do a multitude of things well. I mean, he scores it, rebounds it, passes it, just an all-around talent.
One thing that Greg is often underappreciated about Pau Gasol is just how aware he is out on the floor, not only on the defensive end, how he'll help out, but also his vision as a passer on the offensive side.
Really, Kevin, one of the best passing bigs to ever play the game, and it's a part of why he's been the crux of so many offenses. Very good at identifying and exploiting a mismatch for himself or others. Never forces things on offense and always takes what the team's giving.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. David Lee's checked in for Aldridge. Jonathan Simmons comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Manu Ginobili, he's checked in for Green. And it's Mills in for Tony Parker. Now, here is Smith. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Here's Lee. Good D by Williams.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
A few point guards more powerful than Darren Williams. He can hurt you inside.
Lee outside. Ginobili outside. The baseline jam. And Gasol gets it to go. Gasol's got 5.
I love how he used his height advantage on that shot.
The big guy showing off his range on that jumper.
Williams kicks to Williams. Shoots off the step back, and there it is for him.
And you can tell the defender not anticipating the step back. He was headed in the opposite direction.
Lee outside. 50 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And Simmons kicks to Lee. Ginobili right side. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. And the Spurs lead by 5.
Well, instincts and experience, right, Kevin? Lee could tell someone was left uncovered, and he had no trouble finding him.
Smith with a screen on Lee. And here's Korver from the arc. Cleveland the rebound. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. The Cavaliers shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
And they've been ordinary on the season as well, just about 75% from the line.
one falls for.
And the veteran Fry just continues to build upon his fine career. A big man with a sweet touch from the distance.
Richard Jefferson, he's checked in for Smith. And both free throws good for Fry.
Among the league's big men, he stands out for his free throw shooting. He's always steady there.
And Mills kicks to Gasol. To the paint, here's Lee. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Lee's got his first bucket of the night.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Outside Williams. Pass to Corbin. Fires top of the key. And it is good at the buzzer. Wow!
And he beats the buzzer to end the quarter.
What a cool customer he was on that sequence. Knew the clock was ticking down, but didn't let it affect him. Hit it like it was any other shot.
The San Antonio Spurs have really popularized that unselfish offensive style of play. Manu Ginobili talked about their Spurs approach.
Attack and find the open teammate, not try to solve problems by ourselves. It's something that we've never done, and every time we did it, it's not us.
There's a lot to be said for knowing, Greg, who you are and what your game plan is, and there may be no other team that gets that better than the San Antonio Spurs.
And Kevin, it helps to have that core of Manu and Tony there as the foundation, and coaches on the floor for each new wave of players that have come through the Spurs organization.
Welcome back, everyone, to the second quarter of play here on Noche Latina, Balanos. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Spurs?
I tell you what, defensively, they have been in tune with one another as intense as I've seen.
Well, they trust each other, and that's something you establish in practice and in games, and you don't see a ton of miscommunication out there.
On the court for Cleveland, Williams is out there with Channing Frye. Then it's Williams. Then there's Kyle Corbin. And it's Jefferson in at the three, the small forward. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, smartphones and other technology are ubiquitous nowadays. Clippers head coach Doc Rivers says teams do pay a price. Social media and texting has absolutely hurt chemistry, he said. He recalled his championship season with the Celtics. One of the best things that happened to them was during the preseason in Italy. The players couldn't get a wireless signal, and they had to actually talk with one another. Kevin?
Yeah, that connection between players can make a difference. Thanks, David.
And the continuity for the Spurs, really, it's pretty amazing. I mean, that trio of Parker, Ginobili, and Duncan, the most successful trio in the history of the NBA. And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
He knows it. He just got locked into scoring mode and couldn't get out of it.
It's holding by Frye.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
And for the Spurs, their star players have all taken Les Gregg in free agency in order to stay in San Antonio.
Yes, earning bigger markets and bigger paychecks. It's a family atmosphere in the Spurs organization. It's rare to see a single player start and finish his career with one team, much less three teams.
Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for San Antonio. And Cleveland also making a change. Irving's checked in for Williams. The Cavaliers have gone 5 of 7 from the free throw line in the game. Free throw no good for Williams.
This is the Pac-10 Player of the Year from 2011, number 2 overall pick in that year's draft. Derek Williams still trying to translate that to NBA success.
No good from Lee.
He should have made that, guys. The defense was okay, but he had no excuse not to finish.
Picked by Williams. And Jefferson wide open. He shoots once again off the mark by Cleveland.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Now the feed to Lee. 11 feet away. Lee with another miss. The Cavaliers trail by 3. Frye, that's for 2. Misses off the left iron.
That kind of miss rarely happens, but when they occur, they're pretty shocking.
Spurs working the ball around now. Ginobili outside. And he gets the shot to fall after coming off the pick. Ginobili's got the lead up to 5 now for the Spurs. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Irving kicks to Williams. Shot from 12. No good. Good D by Lee.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Ginobili outside. He feeds it to Mills. Off target with his 3.
Almost seemed like he was overthinking that shot. Such a wide open look.
Outside Korver. They set the screen. Back to Irving. And it's good. He planted his feet on the pick and shielded the defender off.
You have to find a way to contest Kyrie at the rim. I know it's hard because he finishes with either hand, but you've got to check him.
Now here's Ginobili. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Good on the three-point shot.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of him.
I think you'd like to see a little more determination defensively to fight through that and contest a bit.
Irving kicks to Korver. He's looking for Williams and finds him. Here's Irving. That one's good. Maybe that'll get him going after a 2-for-6 start.
What a silky jumper from Kyrie there in the face of some pretty staunch defense. Takes a lot of pressure to throw his shot off.
Now here's Ginobili. Here's Dedmon. Back to Ginobili. Off the pick. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Fry's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Korver with it. Picked up by Ginobili. Here's Williams. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. Williams has got 6 in the quarter.
You know, he shot well in the opening period, but since then, he's been absolutely dominant.
Dedmon kicks to Ginobili. Korver with the defensive effort.
He definitely got nervous at the rim. I mean, he needs to make sure he finishes strong.
Irving with a clean look. Nailed from three-point land. Irving's got 7.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
There's the pass to Bertens. There's the dish to Mills. For the 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Mills has got his second bucket of the night.
Bringing that three-point percentage up quite a bit this quarter, shooting it well. The lead's going to get a little bit bigger if they can keep this up. And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
He dishes it to Dedmon. Ginobili outside. Feeds it to Dedmon. Lee left side. From 18 feet away. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got 7 rebounds in the game.
You know, one thing I think that Derek Williams had working against him was where he was taken in the draft. I mean, pick number 2 overall, he came into the league with a ton of expectations. And it's clear he can't be a franchise guy, but he can contribute important minutes to a winning team.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. Indoors, as you said, it can be so difficult for a player to live up to draft position and expectations. Williams seems to have moved beyond that now.
Well, I think it's Williams' talent and skill. That's never been in question. He's always been able to run out and contribute. I think for him it was a matter of expectations being too high for the player he was out of college. And now that time has passed, he can sort of focus on helping his team win in a smaller role and not be faced with the kind of scrutiny that comes with being such a high pick.
So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Thompson, he's checked in for Fry. LeBron comes in for Williams. J.R. Smith's checked in for Richard Jefferson. And Shumpert in there for Kyle Korver. Spurs trail by 3. Parker kicks to Leonard. Corner shot. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Parker. Parker's got 4 assists now tonight. Cavaliers have gone 8 of 15 since we began the second quarter. Excellent shooting. Irving for 3. And another 3 for Cleveland.
Bringing that three-point percentage up quite a bit this quarter. Shooting it, they can keep this up.
Now here's Leonard. He's got 6. Yes, that goes in. Leonard's got 8.
He's got it going here in the second, gaining momentum as this game continues to go.
Irving kicks to Shumpert. Cleveland moving it around. No good from Irving. For San Antonio, they've gone 7 of 15 from the field here in the second quarter. Just under 50% shooting. Aldridge. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. So much in the modern NBA game right now involves speed, especially at that point guard position. Doris, you've played it and played it well. Who do you think is the hardest player to stay in front of in the NBA?
Yeah, there'd be a lot of guys on that list, but I think probably I would say Steph Curry. I mean, the mastery of the handle that he has. I mean, there are other guys. Look at Isaiah Thomas, his ability to be a big shot maker. He changed that franchise because he could close games, but just the most difficult individual contest on a night-by-night basis because of the range and the handle is Steph Curry.
The handle, it creates such space, which to me is just amazing what he does in terms of getting just that extra 6 inches to fire away.
Right, and he puts defenders on skates,
yes.
And they screen so well for him, Kevin, and you're right. You give him just a crease of daylight, and that thing's in your eye, as you like to say.
And he sinks the second. And for the Cavs, they've got some roster versatility in their front court. Do you like them with the traditional 7-footer on the inside, or do you think they're better off going smaller?
Well, I think, Kevin, most of their talent is at that power forward position, and they've got 4s with size and strength. They give up a bit of shot blocking with those lineups, but I think the positives outweigh the negatives.
Here's Parker. Tristan Thompson picking up that last bucket. Parker kicks to Leonard. Irving with the...
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
Yeah, flawless fast break. Didn't slow down until the ball hit the bottom of the bucket.
Irving double team. And it's going to be a 3-second call. Got to take a look at the steal numbers over the last couple months. The scope of that for Ginobili.
I feel like he hasn't been paying as much attention to the defensive aspect of the game as he needs to. His steals have dropped over the past few months, and he needs to get back some of that fire on D.
San Antonio trailing here. Now Parker. He had 10 points in the win against New York. He kicks to Leonard. It's stolen by Smith. Shumpert in the corner. No good from outside. San Antonio's gone 2 of 3 when they step beyond the arc in the second quarter. Now here's Parker. He has 5. 3-pointer. Cavaliers with the rebound. Shumpert's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Leonard against Irving. Outside Shumpert. Again, Shumpert missing.
You know, after draining a 3-pointer in the first, he's been unable to capitalize since.
Aldridge kicks to Gasol. Dishes to Parker. Back to Green. Passes it to Gasol. Good looking screen by Gasol. Just 5 on the clock. Aldridge down low. Covered by LeBron. And it's good. The time running down on the shot clock.
After a shaky start, boy, he's found the range. Good second quarter for him.
Guys, what a wild first half this has been.
Wow, back and forth start, that's for sure.
Parker passes to Leonard. Back to Parker. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
And what strength there by Parker. Be able to take the hit and still drain the shot in the process. He is just a remarkable athlete with tremendous finishing ability.
Simmons checked in for Green. Love's checked in for Cleveland. Williams comes in for Irving. Williams with the ball. 9 points last game. Kicks it to LeBron. Love against Gasol. Pass to Williams. 6 on the shot clock. Deflects the pass and stolen by Simmons. Pass to Gasol. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Now here's Williams. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. Tipped away and stolen by Aldridge. Parker with a clean look. No good there. And it's the Cavaliers taking it the other way. They get to take on the Bulls at Chicago after this one. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip. And there's the feed to James. At the elbow, Smith. 17-foot shot on the way. Here's San Antonio. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Outside Gasol. Back to Parker. He feeds it to Aldridge. Gasol screen. A nice shot by Aldridge. Aldridge has got the lead up to 6 now for the Spurs.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. It's a pick by Love. Williams against Parker. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And San Antonio called for the foul.
Such a tremendous free throw shooter for his career. Fouling Darren Williams is a terrible idea.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
And that 84% free throw percentage is a testament to all the hard work he's put in on the line.
And the first one at the line is good. And Williams drops them both.
There's some of that trademark consistency of his at the free throw line.
No need to rush here. They can play for 1 shot.
That's the key here. Take their time, use every last bit of this clock.
And here is Parker. Now the pass to Leonard. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Parker's got 5 assists in the game.
You know, the passing there deserves a mention. That assist was a thing of beauty.
And so that's the end of the first half. Spurs lead by 6. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Pop, what did you think of the pace of your team in the first half?
Well, we've upped the pace. That's what we need to do because we're not as good a defensive team as we used to be. So something's got to give somewhere.
Pop, thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you've enjoyed our first half of action. I'm Ernie Johnson welcoming you back. Shaquille O'Neal is right there. Kenny the Jet Smith is right there. And this here is the halftime report. A pretty close game for the Spurs throughout the first quarter. Their largest deficit of the period was just 4 points. They were right there within shouting distance the entire time. Kenny, what was your take on San Antonio?
Well, I like that they're aggressively going to the rack. That establishes an attitude, a certain toughness. They just need to stay committed to their game plan.
Shaq, how do you think Cleveland played?
Well, those second chance points are huge, and they only came because of their effort. Their work on the offensive glass is what's keeping them in the game. They definitely should try to continue to stay tough on the glass. It's been key so far.
And that'll do it as the second half is just about ready to begin. Back to Kevin Harlan. We will see you after the game. Hey, watch yourself.
Celebrate. We're the best.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. You look at Kyrie Irving in this game, he has been everywhere.
You know, we talk so often about making your teammates better, and his ability to see the floor and then make those passes on time in that first half was the key.
You know, I'm not sure the defense respected that as part of his arsenal. They weren't looking for him to make plays, and it burned them.
The defensive duo of Green and Leonard make up the perimeter. Aldridge out there with Dwayne Dedmon, and it's Parker in at point guard. So that's who Greg Popovich starts the second half.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
Yeah, they may have gotten the feeling he would dish it off, but he had a surprise for them.
And you look at LeBron's career, he's been cast in so many roles. The child prodigy, Doris, the chosen one, the villain, the champion, now the savior. So much of that is media creation, as we know. At this point in his career, does he care, you think, Doris, what people even say about him?
I think he's certainly conscious of his brand, Kevin, but I think LeBron's at a point in his career where it's a little bit devil-may-care. The Miami move was so criticized. Those rings don't come with any asterisks, though, right? I mean, he realizes that as long as he wins, the rest is just noise.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. Aldridge is screen. Parker dishes to Aldridge. Feeds it to Leonard. Back to Aldridge. Just 5 to shoot. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Shumpert's got 4 rebounds now tonight. The dish to Irving. Back to Shumpert. Down low. Here's Love. It's rebounded by Aldridge. San Antonio leading by 6. Leonard kicks to Parker. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Back to Leonard. Out left to the wing. Dedmon passes it to Green. Spurs passing it around. Leonard, no luck. The Cavaliers trail by 6. Shumpert dishes to Irving. LeBron outside. Love kicks to Irving. A 3-ball. Again, Love missing.
The mechanics totally out of whack right now. He's lost his feel for the shot.
What a brutal stretch for him, just trying to work his way out of it, which is harder than it sounds.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Kawhi Leonard is a low-key superstar. He doesn't have 5 words to say to anybody. He said recently, I'm not one of the guys in it for the fame. I'm here so I can take care of my family, take care of myself. I love the game of basketball, and as long as I can keep playing and try to get some more championships with the organization, I'll be happy. And that makes him a perfect fit with this franchise, Kevin.
All about the game, D.A. Thanks. Timeout called the Cavaliers.
And after battling a hamstring injury a couple seasons ago, Tony Parker is stepping up his physical maintenance and preparation regimen. More stretching and warming up before games, more recovery work afterwards. He's doing what it takes to stay healthy.
San Antonio. Lee comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Mills in for Tony Parker. And Cleveland with a change here, too. Korver's checked in. Irving kicks to LeBron. It's stolen by Green. And now running it up the court. Green pushing it all the way. Another shot. And scoring with the play inside is Leonard. Leonard's got 12 points in the game.
And after his last game, really not surprised to see him as hot as he is here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, he really carried the momentum from the last game right to this one. He is rolling.
Now here's Thompson. 6 points for him. Clock at 6. Irving for 3. Rebound San Antonio.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Here's Mills. 6 points for him. He dishes it to Leonard. From 10 feet out, and another basket for San Antonio.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
Oh, no doubt. They've struggled to defend with any kind of effectiveness. And that's why they're so far off the pace.
Now here's LeBron, and he's currently averaging more than 26 points a game. Such a force. To end the run, it's Dedmon with the rebound. Dedmon's got 6 rebounds now in the game. And Mills kicks to Green. Now Mills. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. Fires for 3, and Danny Green gets the 3. He has 7.
Oh, great ball movement there.
The Cavaliers trail by 18. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
And they need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Left side, Love. James, the pass to Irving, on the money with the open jumper.
Yeah, when Kyrie is heating up like he is here, it is must-see TV. The show is on.
Now, here's Mills. There's a screen. He kicks to Leonard. From the arc. Another miss by Leonard.
Boy, very surprising he clanked that one. Everybody in the building thought that was down.
Pass to LeBron. It's a pick by Love. LeBron kicks to Love. Here's Thompson. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Thompson's got 8 points.
That guy's not sure how many big men could have found that open man that quick. Great play from Kevin Love there.
Left side, Leonard. Off the pick. Tries again. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving. And for so many players, the game of basketball is really a lifeline, whether to afford college or even beyond. And Doris, have you seen that aspect of the sport shape an individual's future?
No, I don't think there's any question. You can look up and down the NBA and every roster and know for a fact that the game of basketball has shaped the lives of these young men from the time they were in their earliest stages. I mean, for some, the game has been a lifesaver, no question about it.
What do you think is the most difficult thing about being a rookie that they have to face, Doris, the transition from the college game to the pro game?
Now, I'm interested in your response as well. I mean, the first 2 things that come to mind for me are physicality and length of season. Do you think that those are probably the 2 toughest adjustments?
Absolutely, but I also think that intangible is that being a what's it mean to be a professional? Because don't you think it covers the way you handle your off time, the way you practice, interact with the press? I mean, it's so multidimensional. Learning to be a pro just does not happen overnight.
Is there any better compliment in any field than to have someone say, that's a pro right there?
The best. Agreed. The best.
Yeah, it looks like he saw some things out there that need to be adjusted, and he's going to take a break here and talk it over.
Yeah, I like this stoppage in the action. Regroup, devise a new strategy moving forward.
Spurs making a switch here. Gasol's checked in.
And here we can check out the story on Kyrie Irving. Since the All-Star break, he's been unstoppable. Fourth in scoring and tremendous confidence and consistency at the foul line. He ranks among the top 15 in free throw percentage.
And stolen by Simmons. And the Spurs pushing it up now. Goes back up. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Fry's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. 17 points for Kyrie Irving. Pass to Bertens. Dishes it to Ginobili. With some arc, doesn't go that time. And Cleveland will come the other way. Jefferson with it, outguarded by Simmons. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
And Channing Frye, a three-point specialist at 6'11". It's a shot he didn't really utilize in earnest until his 5th year in the league.
And think about it, Kevin. It's like he flipped the switch. It's become the staple of his offensive game, and he's a trendsetter in that regard. Very tough to defend that pick and pop at the top of the key.
Cavaliers making a switch here. Williams is checked in. And both free throws good for Frye. San Antonio leading by 12. And Mills kicks to Gasol. Pass to Mills. To the middle. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. A post-All-Star break look now.
Clearly, they haven't been shy about launching it from long range. That's the way the league has been going, and they are certainly embracing that trend.
That free throw good from Gasol. Smith checked in for Kyle Korver. Both good from the line that time.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Outside Williams. Smith dishes to Williams. Frye. That one doesn't go. Good D by Gasol. Spurs leading by 14. And Simmons kicks to Gasol. And it's in off the backboard. Gasol's got 11 points.
Hitting a high percentage of his shots. He's been a real catalyst for their success.
Williams with the ball. Outside Jefferson. Williams a screen. Shot clock at 6. Ginobili against Smith. He's off from 17 feet. San Antonio's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Deflects the pass, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Jefferson. The later we get in the season, the hotter these teams have gotten. You're shooting leaders since the All-Star break in the NBA. The Cavaliers, number 1.
No doubt their offense has really hit its stride. I mean, they're making the extra pass and not settling for that first shot that presents itself. And you see that in their shooting percentage.
Ginobili the pass to Simmons. It's stolen by Jefferson. The 3. Smith missing again. Spurs leading by 16. Ginobili with the 3. Cavaliers with the rebound. Fry's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
You can see it. His timing, his touch, everything just a shade off tonight.
Williams kicks to Jefferson. A rebound by Gasol. One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
Well, Doris, the NBA is consistently evolving, changing all the time. What are the biggest changes you've seen in the league over the years?
Well, this should be an interesting conversation because if you think about Michael Jordan's era and how little impact the three-point shot had on the game, to the point where 2 years ago, Greg Popovich says, Kevin, and you've been calling the NBA a lot longer than I have, you can't win without the three-point ball. It's simply impossible. Would you say that that's been the single most significant change?
Probably brought more in focus with what Curry and Thompson have done. I love the ball movement.
It's a lot of fun.
The game is so much more pleasing to the eye now than, say, in the 90s.
Okay, and let me ask you this. So we talk about the three-point shot. The other thing with Golden State, and you mentioned Steph and Clay, this small ball, is that sort of a revolutionary thing that perhaps is not going to go back?
Well, the athletic ability, the length of their arm span, the ability to jump,
Timeout.
they can almost equal what a big man would do, even in a smaller frame, a different kind of form, and maybe they've been able to adjust that way. I mean, what do you think? It's
as you know, and you know this better than I do, it's a sort of a reactionary league. And so you saw a team like Washington go away from a double low post that got them to the Eastern Conference Finals, try to play small, and they take a step back.
Yes, good point. With 10 games left, let's see how the playoff race is shaping up out east. We'll look at Cleveland. They're second in the conference and looking to finish strong heading into the playoffs. And checking out Cleveland, tied right now.
Well, I think for Cleveland, I think they've lived up to their billing this season, that's for sure. It doesn't look like they'll be slowing down anytime soon.
I'd go even one step further. From what I've seen of them to this point, I think their best basketball may still be in front of them.
And really the defense not organized on that inbounds play, and boy, do they pay the price with the triple.
Kicks it to Mills. There's the feed to Gasol, stolen by Thompson. Love dishes to Williams. Back to Love. Jumper off the screen. Gasol with the rebound. Gasol's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. To the left side wing. There's the pass to Mills, and stolen by Williams. 3-on-3. Jefferson with the 3, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Williams.
Fabulous find by Darren Williams. What incredible vision.
And Mills kicks to Gasol. He feeds it to Mills. They set the pick. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. He gets that one. And the Spurs lead by 13.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Now here's Williams. It's a pick by Love to the left wing. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. Well, we all know Kevin Love has illustrious bloodlines. His dad played in the NBA. His aunt was inducted into the U.S. Triathlon Hall of Fame. And his uncle was the lead singer for the Beach Boys. Of course, not bad.
Well, and Kevin, that's not too bad is right. I mean, he's always had big shoes to fill, and you see that, I think, in Kevin's approach. He's tremendously dedicated, remade his body with yoga and training at high elevation. He leaves no stone unturned.
LaMarcus Aldridge is checked in for San Antonio. Parker comes in for Patty Mills. And Cleveland with a change here, too. Shumpert's checked in. Both free throws good from Love.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Parker kicks to Gasol. It's It's Ginobili on the wing. Guarded by Shumpert. Ginobili dishes to Gasol. A 15-footer. Again, the Spurs. Good for two.
And Gasol excels from that mid-range area. If you leave him open from there, you're going to pay the price.
59 seconds left here in the third quarter. It's a pick by Love. And Shumpert kicks to Love. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Love's got 10 points in the game.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Come on, as a defender, you have got to fight harder to get through that screen and stay with your man.
Now, here's Gasol. He's got 13. Good D by Thompson.